A new Star Wars movie is out in theaters. Awesome! So how many childhoods got ruined this time? Hello, Internet. I'm that guy with the red hair, and welcome to That Guy with the Red Hair Movie Reviews. Today's movie is Solo, a Star Wars story. I think it's safe to say that the Star Wars fan base is in a really weird spot lately. Even though The Last Jedi was a huge success critically and financially, it divided the fan base in a way that no Star Wars film had before. I mean, the prequels were divisive to a degree, but I think most fans agreed that they were overall disappointed in them, with a few defending them here and there. But The Last Jedi left fans feeling split. Die-hard split between fans who loved it and fans who think that it should be fed to the Sarlacc and never heard from again. So, yeah, this Han Solo origin movie has quite a lot on its shoulders. It has to win back some of the fans that were turned off by The Last Jedi. Which is unfair, because even without The Last Jedi backlash, this movie already had its own problems. When Disney bought Lucasfilm in 2012, the deal was that they would make episodes 7, 8, and 9, and spin-off films in between. And even though everybody loves Han Solo, I don't think too many people were demanding to see his origin story. At least not in film. In 2015, it was announced that Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who directed 21 Jump Street and the Lego Movie, would be hired to direct the Han Solo movie. This got me so excited because I knew for a fact that with these two guys directing it, it would be something completely different from a traditional Star Wars movie. They began filming sometime in 2017. They set out a production photo. Everything seemed to be going smoothly. What could possibly go wrong? A lot, apparently, as it was announced in June 2017 that Phil Lord and Chris Miller left the project due to creative differences. They were almost immediately replaced with Ron Howard. Ron Howard actually isn't too big of a stranger to the Star Wars family. In fact, Ron Howard had his breakout role in George Lucas's American Graffiti. In fact, George Lucas, interestingly enough, wanted Ron Howard to direct The Phantom Menace. And even though I love Ron Howard and think he's an amazing filmmaker, it's not often that two directors get fired from a movie halfway through filming, or even 80% of filming. So, understandably, a lot of Star Wars fans, including myself, have had their worries about this movie. So, last night, I saw the movie, I went into the theater with minimized expectations, and it was good. It was good. Not great, not horrible. It's good. Let me start with what I liked about the movie. First off, Han Solo. I'll admit I had my doubts. In the trailers, he didn't impress me a whole lot. And plus, there were stories that he needed an acting coach on set. Well, that never occurred to me watching this movie because Alden Ehrenreich seems to fit fine in the role. I mean, he's no Harrison Ford, who is, but I think that's kind of what the filmmakers are going for. Like, this isn't the Han Solo we know and love in the original trilogy. This is Han Solo at a young age, and him living through the experience that makes him that Han Solo we know and love in the original trilogy. Eunice Sawatamo is also great as Chewbacca, a role that was previously played by Peter Mayhew, and he's a worthy successor to the Chewbacca name. I mean, it never once occurred to me that it was a guy in a suit. It really felt like Chewbacca. And of course, everything you've heard about him is true. Donald Glover steals every scene he's in as Lando Calrissian. Between his hosting gig on Saturday Night Live and his music video, This Is America, and now this movie, I think it's safe to say that 2018 is the year of Childish Gambino. And if there is going to be a Lando Calrissian movie starring Donald Glover, it can't come soon enough. I feel like it's the characters that make this movie so entertaining. I mean, Emil Clarke is in it as Kira, who's an old flame of Han Solo's. Woody Harrelson is great. The action scenes are also great. I mean, Ron Howard really knows how to direct an action scene. And there's also one scene near the end with the Millennium Falcon making the Kessel Run. And it's probably one of my favorite scenes involving the Millennium Falcon. It's so cool! So what are my problems with the movie? Well, it starts off a little slow. Like, the pacing is a little inconsistent here and there. But I think my biggest problem with this movie has to be the fact that there's not really an antagonist. Like, there's not really a whole lot of stakes in this movie. And that's kind of a big problem to me because Star Wars has always been known to give us really great, memorable villains. I mean, the original trilogy had Darth Vader, obviously. Even the prequels, despite their problems, they still gave us a lot of great, memorable villains like Darth Maul, Count Dooku, General Grievous, Jar Jar Binks. But here, though, there doesn't really seem to be that. It's more of a heist movie, and the villain is time. And like I said, there's not really a lot of big stakes here. And because it's a prequel, we kind of know how it's going to end. We all know that Han Solo eventually gets the Millennium Falcon. We all know that he eventually ends up with Leia, and they have a son who becomes Space Hitler. But I still wish that they at least tried to take some risks here. I feel like if it had a villain and some higher stakes, it probably could have been a stronger movie. But for what it is, it's a solid, fun time at the movies. It's not going to reinvent the franchise or anything like that, but it's a good way to kill off a couple hours. It's not the best Star Wars movie ever made, but it's not the worst either. It's not The Empire Strikes Back, but it's also not Attack of the Clones. I give Solo, a Star Wars story, 3 stars out of 4. I'm that guy with the red hair. This is That Guy with the Red Hair movie reviews, and may the Force be with you.